credit cards, no nothing. This is who her daughter is. So anyway, moving on along, Tammy conspired and rehearsed with Donna to tell the same story in court. And just like with Tammy, the court asked a simple follow-up question. This is on page 19 over here. So she's saying the question, how does Mr. Gellerman's presence cause discourse in our family? And that's coming by by Tammy's asking Donna. And Donna says, it causes a lot of rift in our family, and it upsets Margaret deeply, and it makes her grind her teeth, so her jaw really hurts. Every time he's around, she starts grinding her teeth, and she gets stressed. Notice, every time I'm around is what the point they're trying to make. So it's because of me. That's why she's grinding her teeth. And so the court says, and you have actually seen that? And she says, yes. And the court says, okay. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You've actually seen that? When did you see that, Donna? You've never been there while I was there. You made it up on the spot because you knew you had to, because the judge just said that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I think I already, hold on a second. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's move on. Yeah, so breaking all that down, what I just went over. So Ms. Harris and her aunt, Maggie's half-sister, that Maggie and Diane refer to as the Bulldog, conspired to commit perjury. First, Tammy, she knew that she had to make the case that the teeth grinding had to be a direct result of me harassing Maggie, and that it had to be substantial. The judge specifically asked, when does she grind her teeth? And Tammy specifically answered, when he's, and then she caught herself because she started getting off script. And then she got back on. She said, anytime she knows he's able to come around. See, that way, even when I'm not there, she can still blame me for Maggie grinding her teeth. So Donna also got specific about exactly when Maggie was grinding her teeth. She said, every time he's around. And the court asked if she'd actually seen that. And at the drop of a hat, she said what she figured the judge wanted to hear. Yes, Donna was never there when I was there. She never saw me visiting Maggie. These are all just, they knew they had to make this shit up. Anyway, so I gotta get some stuff together here. So this, where am I? Restraining, or let's pause this a second. Okay, so moving right along, this last case that I appealed, I actually won the appeal, and that's right here, where it was reversed and remanded. Well, it was reversed all the way around. I won both of the charges against me, but since the corrupt Judge Perkio never addressed the fact that Maggie wanted it dropped, that was the whole point. So that part was remanded. And I ran out of money, so I couldn't keep pursuing it. So I won the case, but, that was the judges. Judge Arlene Perkio is always the most corrupt person in her courtroom. Before court even started, she told us we were not allowed to interrupt. That if we didn't agree with what someone was saying, then we should make a note of it and wait to cross-examine. So she took my right to object away. I had a list of about 30 frequently made objections, is what they're called, because I knew Tammy was going to do nothing but lie the whole time. So I was ready. This list here, there's a bunch of different reasons why it would be okay, because when you object, you have to have a legal reason. So now I was ready. So, and also we're sitting there, and the judge says that she reviewed all the previous HROs against me, all the restraining orders against me. None of them are admissible, and she knows that, and that was all still before court started. And she also didn't care about the 3 Valentine's cards and the 13 messages Maggie left on my phone that I transcribed. I even reiterated about the 3 cards on page 46. Oh, yeah, page 46. Let me find that a second. Yeah, so here's where I reminded, and restated I have 3 Valentine's cards that she sent me after restraining order was put on me. And I paused, and she didn't say anything, and I'm going, the dates are on the envelopes. You can see the date, the date that she mailed them. So I'm trying to tell her, look, these are these cards. And I already mentioned them before, and she acted like she didn't care anyway. So I'm telling her, look, I got these, and she's making it clear. She don't care. She don't care about any evidence that was going to look good for me. And that's all there was to it. She didn't care. It wasn't going to happen. So let's see, moving along. That's that. Okay. It's also full of, and it's full of Tammy and Donna perjuring themselves at the drop of a hat, and over here is an affidavit from Maggie. Where is it? Here it is. This is an affidavit from Maggie saying that she wants the thing dropped. Oops. That she wants to dismiss the petition. I wish Mr. Gellin and my daughter were able to get along. I want to have a good relationship with them both, and it goes on about it's not uninvited. I like it. It's okay. Everything's fine. Just leave him alone. Judge didn't give a shit about that either. And she knew about it. Didn't care. This is how corrupt she was. She didn't give a shit about any of that stuff. Well, that's what I put down. She didn't want to see anything that might exonerate me. Let's see. Didn't care. The final 2 messages Maggie left on my phone. Let's go to that. These are the final 2 messages that Maggie left the day before court. And she was a little bit nervous because her lawyer said he was going to come and get her and drive her into court if she needed to. And he didn't call her back, and she wasn't sure what was going on. And what's going on? Oh, that's this. Okay, that's fine. So she was a little nervous, but anyway, let's get this on. So like I said, these are the last 2 messages. The day... my phone's acting up. Let's pause a second. Okay, the day before court. So here we go. Yes. Okay, so I got that message. Notice the time. 4:22 is when she left this one. 4:46. So it's only about 25 minutes later she called me back. Because I got this, so I contacted the lawyer and let him know what's going on. So he contacted Maggie. Maggie called me right back. Remember, this is the day before court. This next one starts off a little rough, but it smooths out. Okay, so that's not a woman who's scared to death of me, who's terrified of me, and doesn't know how to tell me that she doesn't want to see me anymore. That's a woman who's desperate to be rid of her daughter and to have her not be her guardian anymore, that's for sure. Let's see, what's next on the list down here? Final two messages. Okay, the guardian ad litem was completely worthless. That's her over here. She was worthless. When I told her what happened, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I already turned in my thing, so it's too late." But what she did was she inadvertently exposed the fact that Maggie does not have dementia, because she pointed out a couple of times in here how she was clear-minded. Let's see if I can find where she says it. It doesn't clear thinking. She was oriented to the time and place. Appeared to be clear thinking, sharing her independent opinion. So this person, this Carissa Richardson, is trying to make it sound like, oh no, Maggie knows what she wants. She does not want this person in her life. Oh really? This doesn't sound like she has dementia then. If she is, see, indicate that she had not been coached. Oh really? She absolutely had been coached. That's what I tried telling her. I said everything that here shows that she was coached. And anyway, she got to listen to that message, that first one about we're going to have to do something desperate, the very first one that you heard. She heard that one. And she said, I called her. We talked on the phone. And part of what she said was that it, quote, may very well be true, end quote. But pretty much that she was done doing her part, and my next step was to take it to court. So she didn't even care if her whole report was a lie. It's pretty much what she's saying. So we got over here is correspondence between Maggie's lawyers and Diane's lawyers, who was, what was his name, Brent Tunis. So here's what I originally wanted to do. This is what I'm telling you. My plan is to overwhelm Ms. Harris with all of her crimes she's been committing and try to get her to voluntarily rescind her guardianship and drop the restraining orders on me and Diane. Okay, that's what I want. I didn't want to go after her. I wanted her to just get the hell out of our lives and leave us alone. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, now over here. Now, with your attorney's consent and with my client's consent, I am sending this email. I was in Lake City yesterday and met with her in person. She misses you and very much would like to see you, they tell me. That's from Maggie's lawyer that I arranged for her, to me. But see what happened when he did that? It wasn't, when I read it, that put me in violation of the court. That put me, what do you call it? In contempt of court. Because I read a message from her to me that she misses me and would very much like to see me. That made me guilty. And that's what I wrote up here, that, I just realized we got to be careful because, I'm the only one that could be guilty of it too. Nobody else could. But since I read it complete all the way through, that makes me guilty of it. So here's some more communications where they say, she said on August 6th that she filed the petition to terminate and discharge, seeks to remove Tammy and have Diane as a guardian, okay? But then Maggie came back and said she doesn't want Diane, she wanted Rick as the guardian, okay? So she wants me as her guardian. And this was all happening right around the time of that last restraining order, the one that we're talking about, the fifth restraining order, the last one. So that's what Maggie wanted. And now then this last one here, she got the name wrong as far as she meant to say Donna is the bad one. Diane's the good one. Donna's the bad one. And she mentions this in here someplace where she said, oops, I meant, yeah, they say here. Donna, not Diane. Oops, sorry, yeah. So anyway, you need to hear this because this is big. Okay, so this is